Hello and welcome to another battle replay video by Lord Snake. Today I played as Bretonnia and I was playing a 2v2, so my allies were the Dwarfs, my opponents were the Empire and the Warriors of Chaos. I would believe that this battle probably took place due to the fact that there was probably a cult of chaos somewhere in the Empire, and they kind of came over the Grey Mountains and it pissed off the Dwarfs, and the Bretonnians kind of wanted to defend their homes. So, on my side you can see that I had a Bretonnian Lord on the back of a hippogriff, a Damsel, Lore of Life, on the back of a horse, the Green Knight. I had 3 units of peasant mobs. I also had 2 units of foot squires, a Grail Relique, 2 peasant bowmen, 2 Knights of the Realm, some questing knights, some field trebuchets, and after that my allies had High King Thorgrim Grudgebearer. He also had 6 units of dwarf warriors with great weapons, 2 units of thunderers. He also had a unit of slayers, a unit of iron drakes, a unit of iron breakers, and 2 units of gyrocopters with brimstone guns. On my opponent's team, they had a Lord on the back of a Griffin, a Jade Wizard on the back of a Pegasus, a Captain on the back of a Pegasus. He also had 4 units of Spearmen, 4 units of Handgunners, 2 units of these Outriders with grenade launchers, and he also had 2 Hellfire rocket batteries. My other opponent brought to the battlefield a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, Lore of Death, on the back of a Chaos Dragon. He also brought 2 Hellfire or Hell Cannons, 6 units of Chaos Warriors, and a unit of Chaos Trolls that were armored, and a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth.
Find their axes.
So to start off, my Imperial opponent sent his heroes up, and he discovered my Green Knight that I had over here in the tree line.
Speed. Swiftly.
My trebuchets tried to fire back as best as they could. My dwarf allies didn't get any cannons or any artillery, which was kind of interesting. There goes one of the trebuchets already. And my trebuchets are wavering really early on. My dwarf ally then began to move up, seeing as how he didn't have any artillery, and he used his gyrocopters to start shooting at my Imperial opponent's heroes. Here, the Chaos Sorcerer used Fate of Bjorna, or Buna, on one of the gyrocopters. It's a pretty decent move to do some damage to him, but it doesn't really deal that much damage to him. You can see my Lord already running in to attack that sorcerer, or that wizard. I decided not to keep on the chase lest his ranged units rip apart my Lord. Here you can see I made a bit of a mistake and I wasn't paying attention to these Knights of the Realm, so they took quite a lot of damage as they charged right into my opponent's army. They're chasing after these Outriders. But that did clump up the army, so they took some decent damage from those flamethrowers there. Those Iron Drakes do a ton of damage if they have a clustered opponent to shoot. Thorgrim makes it into the front line now. Those grenade launchers doing some real work on those dwarf warriors there. In the woods, my guys actually engaged the Chaos forces. I made a mistake here and wasn't paying attention to where my bow and arrow guys were going, and they were going right up the hill, so they accidentally got in the melee. And my Grail Relique was following behind. There he is to inspire the peasants. Keep them fighting against these Chaos wretches. So, right here you'll notice that my lord did die. I kind of had a few mishaps with handling him, and he started to break, and all these handgunners just shredded him when he got out of the melee here. So seeing as how Thorgrim was at half health, I started to use some spells to shield him. Here my opponent sent his general into the melee. Against the Green Knight, that might not be so smart for a sorcerer. Up on top of the hill, you can see I finally got my knights around so that they could start dealing damage to these cannons and take them out of the fight. I was getting really sick of the artillery. You can see my opponent's general is already routing. Well, I guess he's wavering, not routing. There the Slayers got to go up against the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, so my opponent was doing really good at countering that. Here you can see I finally got my questing knights around to start dealing some real damage to those handgunners and my Knights of the Realm. He got his lord in to try to defend here. And those grenade launchers were really doing their work against my knights. Luckily, I was reinforced by my Dawi allies. The Green Knight was doing his own part. There you can see my opponent got his Chaos Dragon around to bring down some gyrocopters. Way over in the woods, this battle continues to grind on. There's Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, did a little bit of damage but broke. His general and hero units once again try to counter my cavalry up here on the hill. He was able to bring his artillery back around and get them firing once more. And he got his heroes out right here. And you can see his general was broken. Over on this side, his Dragon Ogre Shagoth came back once again, and again it broke, but this time it shattered actually. So right here you can see the final part of the battle pretty much was decided with his heroes. Here they actually had the Jade Wizard shatter and the Empire Captain shattered, and that caused the Chaos Warriors to all flee as well since their allies were out. And that resulted in a Pyrrhic victory for my ally and myself. So you can see me and my ally brought a bit over 1,000 troops each. My opponents brought a bit less than we did, about 600 or so less than we did. On my team, the Green Knight just did excellent, getting 86 kills. Both of my foot squires kicked ass, and all of my knights definitely did some serious damage. On my opponent's team, it was mostly just his Lord and his 2 units of artillery that did a lot of damage, but other than that, a lot of his units didn't really get much of a chance to do a ton of damage, unfortunately. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that battle replay. You probably could have told, but that was actually the first battle replay that I've shown where it's a custom game and not a quick battle. I decided to do a custom game, and it actually turned out pretty good. I don't know how many I'll be doing in the future, since most of them are usually team games, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope to see you all soon. Have a good one.